Are we live? Come on. Show me. Show me to the world. There we go. I think I am. All right, perfect. We are live. Hello, what's going on, everyone? This is Trevor here for RSG. We've got our co-host, Tufel, right here. How you doing,
Howdy.
there? Hey, howdy. He says, okay, this is going to be a short episode. It's late as hell. Game of Thrones was tonight. There's a new season. Final season, and we're going to talk about that. But we're also going to be talking about the new car I got, and we're going to be talking about something that Twitch should have had since the beginning of Twitch, which is the Twitch view sorter, or whatever you want to call it. So I'll take my crazy hair and hit this opening sentence thing here, thingamajigger, and you all will see me come back. All right, so, well, we won't get into Game of Thrones yet. Let's talk about the new car. So, you were looking at some cars with me. We looked at a bunch of stuff, and you know, I think I had my mind originally set on that Kia Optimize saw, but I think I settled with the right thing.
I think you settled. I think you made a better decision.
Oh yeah, well that's true. I made a better decision. That is true. Um, so I ended up getting the Ford Fusion Titanium 2016 model, which doesn't have Sync 3, which 2017 did. Honestly, I really loved the 2017 because it had LED headlights and it had Sync 3 instead of Sync 2, which Sync 3 has like the Android Auto and all that stuff, and Sync 2 is a little bit laggy, but whatever. You know, I don't use that crap for my navigation anyways. That's for old people. You know? Do you use in-car navigation?
Don't have it.
Would you?
Be it that I'm moving to a completely foreign place, probably.
I'd rather use my phone. Just
I
saying.
have something right there in my dash that I can just quickly glance at and not have to use my phone to try and mount somewhere to look at.
That I guess that is true. It just is slow though, man. That sync system is slow. Oof. It's like, you gotta wonder, like, when these people came out with certain things, like when these people come out with certain things, you gotta wonder, do they think, like, when they look at something, right? Do they sit there and they go, wait, this is kind of slow. Like someone should have said, hey, we really need to revamp this software. It's really kind of lagging behind. Now maybe I just, saw the maps and it just took a second for it to go up. We'll see. I've never really tried the navigation. Maybe I'll try the navigation on my way to work tomorrow. We'll see what it says. Wait, I'm not going to work tomorrow. Oh, jeez. I'm lost my mind already. Or next time I go to work, we'll see how it works. But yeah, it's kind of funny. I think it's almost like they artificially make a sound, though. I'm pretty sure that the sound that it makes is not the actual sound.
What sound for what?
It's got a roar to it, man. And I don't think that's a true roar. I think it's an artificial roar.
What does?
My car, the Fusion.
Specifically what?
Like the engine, like when you slam on it, it sounds like a BMW. Like I can't explain it. It sounds like it's got more power. It sounds like a straight six BMW engine. You know what I mean?
I've never heard the fusions, but I can imagine what you're saying.
Well, that's the thing. You don't hear them. And I'm sure you probably wouldn't hear that same noise if you were standing outside the car, or not standing, but if you were driving in the car next to it. I'm pretty sure you wouldn't hear that. I think you only hear that in the cabin. You see what I'm saying?
It's possible.
I think you'll just hear a turboed four-cylinder what the fuck engine. I don't think you'd hear, all inside, all outside. I think you'd hear just like you hear now. Like, they kind of make it sound like, oh, like my camera just dropped. Hi everyone.
Smooth.
Smooth. Let's turn off the camera for just a second while I fix it back up. There we go. You know, you gotta love when it drops off. You know, this is the technical difficulties we all put up with at RSG Studios. Okay, now that was my fault. I didn't clean off the area after I moved the thing and the other thing and all that thing and stuff. Alright, we should be fine now. There we go. My dirty ass desk. There we are. There we are. We're good now. We made it. Okay. So, now that we're back. Yeah, so the Ford Fusion is pretty impressive though. It's like, you know, I've gotten out of my, you know, needing to be a sporty car, and I'd rather just relax. And it's kind of wild. I find myself going under the speed limit. You know, but I'll tell you what, that thing does get up and going. It does get up and going pretty good. But it's wild. It sits way higher than my Subaru. I pulled up next to someone with the same Subaru I had, and man, like, even their window and everything was just shorter. The car was just shorter. And it makes me wonder, like, how much better I'm going to have a time driving in the winter. You know, as much as I don't have all-wheel drive now, I think all-wheel drive is a little bit overrated to a degree. Depends on what you're doing, I guess, and like what kind of job you have, but I think if you get some good snow tires, it doesn't matter what the hell you got, you know?
Perhaps.
Well, you've never been a fan of snow tires, right? You never really saw the point.
Never owned them, never needed them.
Okay. I would bet though, if you did have them, if you got the chance to have them, and you had to drive around in the snow. Now, see, you have a truck, so it's kind of. Let's say you didn't have a truck though, and you just had.
I'd buy one.
Huh?
I'd buy a truck.
Okay, but let's say you didn't have a truck, okay, and you had just a front-wheel drive car. In the winter, I bet you would find a night and day difference between having snow tires and not having snow tires. You know, especially a rear-wheel drive car. I mean, definitely a rear-wheel drive car. So, that being said, I'm very happy to not have an all-wheel drive car also anymore, because that means if I get a flat and I can't match my tire, like, okay, one of the biggest problems people have, especially when they get those big, stupid wheels, okay, those big-ass stupid wheels, oh, I want a 315 by 45 22, you know those kind of people?
Sure.
You know, or you got the... what is it? It's 37.5 by 1350, you know, 20, and it's like, what the fuck? And then these people get a flat, and they go, oh, no, you got no stores around that can, no one's got it in the area? No, dipshit, no one has your retardedly huge tire in stock. No one has it. You know why? Because it takes up room and no one else is going to fucking want it but your dumbass. Okay? You know, that's the truth. So, it's kind of the same thing with anything, you know, like when you run into all-wheel drive, one of the problems you run with is, what that you run into is if you pop one tire, right, and it's unrepairable, you have to then hope any store around in the area has that exact tire. You see? And that sucks. So if they don't have that tire, then you have to buy at least two. And then on Audis and like Mercedes and BMWs with all-wheel drive, I'm pretty sure if the others are any bit like decently like somewhat worn, like halfway worn, you have to replace all of them. You can't just have one or two like a different height like that. Because those fancy-ass cars will put your shit in limp mode, and your car won't go very fast at all, like 30 miles an hour. So anyways, that's why I'm happy to have a front-wheel drive car. I'm just going to put winter tires on, and I think that the ground clearance I'm gonna have will make driving even a bunch better. Um, you know, I swear everyone who says that driving in the snow is like horrible, like it does suck. I'd rather not. But when people, anytime I ever see anyone post shit on like Facebook about driving in the snow, right, or like or after it snows, the roads are horrible, and I'll go out and I'll be like, roads are nothing. What the fuck are you talking about, right? And I'm thinking to myself, they got like bald tires, and they're sitting there saying, stop informing the world that the roads are horrible when you have horrible tires, because that's your fault. The roads aren't horrible, you are. Uh, just throwing that out there. But anyways, that's enough about that part. But yeah, man, I don't go very fast in it. I find myself going under the speed limit all the time. Do you think you'll ever get more in the luxury kind of car, kind of not luxury car, but luxury features?
Sorry, the dog's making noise. I don't really know. I don't exactly have a need for another car at this point. But if I was, I really like the look of the Cadillac CTSs, and they also have the same engine. A lot of them do that my Camaro has. So that would be a nice little kind of trade-off.
Okay, nice. I see. Yeah.
My first car was a Cadillac, in fact, and granted it was an '86 Cadillac, a slight digital dashboard and all that. It had the fancy stuff for its time.
Yeah.
And it was a hell of a comfortable car to ride around in. It was a good car.
It's funny. Like I had the guy at my job with an STI, and he said the same thing after I got once I got my car all picked out and I was getting mine, and he said the same thing. Like, I don't think I want a sporty car anymore. I think I just want a car to chill back in and just enjoy my ride. And I think that's where I am. I mean, it'd be fun to have a little sporty car to take like on a track day or something. But I'm not gonna sit there and have my everyday car like some kind of car like that. I definitely liked it though. I definitely liked it because I'm sorry, I got thrown off. I got all these reviews coming in. I'll explain that to you in a second. But I definitely like the idea of having like a little sporty car whipping around the corners with that Subaru, but it was so minimum. And now like being in something that with the leather seats and just comfortable, man, I could drive in that thing for hours, man. I could drive in that thing for absolutely hours. Speaking of not being able to sit for hours, this seat sucks dick.
So that's also part of why I want a touring bagger bike instead of something crotch rockety or whatever else. I just want comfort.
Yeah, no, I'm totally down with you there. Speaking of motorcycles, I just got to point out, granted, I see this especially mainly with the crotch rockets. Of course, there's some guys on their Harleys and shit that pull stupid stunts. But especially guys in the crotch rockets, man. I'm tired of these motherfuckers talking about watch out for bikers and everything. Shut the fuck up when you're driving like that. These people driving like complete morons, zipping past at the speed of light and stop traffic. Like, I don't want to hear it if someone pulls out unexpectedly. No one expected you to be running up on them freaking like out of nowhere. Like you're a tiny little thing and you're zipping in and out of lanes. These crotch rocket guys are zipping in and out of lanes left and right, and they hammering on the freaking gas. It's like, why are you getting mad that people don't see you? How do you expect anyone to see you? You've changed like lanes like 20 times in the last freaking 2 minutes. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah.
I'm sure it pisses you off too.
Well, it's just they're usually young and feel invincible, and they think just zipping around that automatically the car is going to see them from far away, even if they're blocked and zipping this, that, and the other. When you're riding like an asshole, you kind of have to expect cars to not be able to respond to you as if you're driving normally.
Yeah. Yeah, and like it's funny. Like cars don't let you get by with nothing here, right? So like, for instance, when we go on to I forget what it's I forget what, I think it's like 9A or something. No, that's the whole route. But anyways, there's a route that we get on, and trucks hop onto it, and it kind of drives me nuts because I don't get it. Like, how do they lose absolutely so much momentum? They see the hill, do they just not have it in the right gear or some shit, and then they end up crawling up this fucking hill like there's no tomorrow?
There's too much. When you have that much weight, the engine only has so much torque, and you only have so much ability to climb a hill at a speed. So if they're slowing down like that, it's not like they want to slow down like that. It's because the truck just simply cannot push that hard.
No, I'm sure. Yeah, and yeah, that is true. Um, See, like I said, we have very mountainous terrain here. I mean, no matter where you go, it's gonna be mountainous. You know, a lot of people think it's, maybe have an idea that it's flatland, but it's not. It's not flat at all here. So trucks have a hard time. So, what happens when you get behind a truck that basically has to put on its flashers? What are you gonna do? It's the first thing you try to do.
Something you should have done long before it.
Move over, right?
Right.
But unfortunately, traffic doesn't always warrant that. Even if you see that upcoming and you're like, shit, let me get over. Well, I can't. But even when the opportunity arrives for you to move over, the fuckhead behind you that saw your damn blinker on whips around you. And then you try to go again, but that other son of a bitch whips around you, And it's so hilarious. These people sit there, okay, and talk to me about like the whole zipper routine. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah.
Where in the fucking world do you think that's gonna work? No, it's not gonna work because you have people too damn stubborn. So when people say that I'm part of the problem, when I sit there and don't let someone in because they thought they're gonna be some asshole, fly up to the front and then zip in at the end, kiss my ass. You saw the sign just the same as I did 20 fucking thousand miles ago. Why didn't you move the hell over then? Oh, you should. And then these people come back at me with the whole zipper thing. Well, it would work better as a zipper. See, they shouldn't be in a single line. No, if they were in a single line, it wouldn't slow down at all. Simple as that. But the zipper shit, you have too many stubborn fucking drivers. They're not gonna let you in. They want to be first, so they're not gonna let you in. It's like I don't know. Driving topics can go on for ages. We could sit here and talk about driving forever. So that means we have to move it on to the next thing. Okay? Because if we sat here and talk about just driving, but alls I was just mentioning about that car, it is an absolutely beautiful car. If anyone needs a car, Fusion is definitely something to look into, especially if it's a titanium. That thing is loaded to the max, sounds great, looks great, feels great, got power. It's got all the features you could need. I'm sure there's maybe some others in the contender side. I'm not going to say that Optima is bad, though. That Optima looked really nice, had a lot of features. They just wouldn't drop off 19 grand for 2015, so they can kiss my ass. That probably had to do with the dealership. I'm sure if I found another dealership, they would have let me go. But I think I got a better car anyways. Um, anyways, I'm going to switch all that over to LED once I have to change my headlights, like I told you with the whole bumper thing. I got a friend that's just going to do the bumper. Anyways, he's going to just take care of it. He's got a shop, so I'm not even worried about that. But let's go on to the next part here, and that is Game of Thrones. That is right. We're in a new season, the last season, the final season. What did you think of the first episode? We're not going to go too crazy into the spoilers. I should put, there's no one even here. But
I'm not even going to say anything about spoilers or any of that.
Yeah.
The only thing is, I am happy it's back. It's been long vacant. It seems like it's been very well put together so far. I like how the stories are being presented, the different aspects of it. And I'm really happy that HBO now decided to transcode it into 4K, so I can watch that in 4K on my TV.
Nice. Well, good thing it's not on Netflix. I think you need a new CPU if you wanted to watch a 4K on Netflix.
This TV runs 4K Netflix.
Oh, nice, yeah. So bullcrap with that. I can't watch 4K Netflix on my damn computer if I ever got a 4K TV. That's so bullshit. I hate that. So I'm not doing any spoilers. But there was a smile that definitely came on my face with the look of dumbfoundedness on another person's face when they found out something. Very, very vague. No one even knows what the fuck I'm talking about right now. But you probably do.
You're talking about down in the basement, so to speak.
Yep. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, that's really interesting. I'm very, very curious to see how that turns. How was that one kid? That's all I'm gonna say as a kid. But that one kid, that was kind of freaky as Fiznuck.
Remind me of
Holy,
Silent Hill.
huh? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And it's crazy. I'm sure whoever set it up didn't expect it to go the way they did. Like, of course, of course, the people who wrote it did. But like, if you had to think about whoever did set that up, would not expect it to go the way they did because that's probably not what they. But anyways, that was wild how it finalized there. It looked so cool. So no, that was really cool to see that back. Um, there's nothing like seeing people die in crazy ass ways, isn't it? like
So
out of
it's going to
nowhere.
be interesting to see where this final season leads us and how it's going to play out. And I think I have a good idea right now, just from this first episode in, how it's going to lay out. So it'll be interesting to watch it, the story as it goes. I just hope that people can be free of spoilers. I hope that the internet just plays fucking nice, and the people that couldn't watch it tonight, not spoiling it for other people so they can enjoy it.
Yeah, yeah, and I agree. Um, I don't mind spoilers as long as you're gonna put spoilers on the thing, but it's nice to kind of keep away from spoilers. Um, like what spoilers are in video games? Cheat codes. I finally realized after all these years that cheat codes are quite the spoiler in video games. I mean, sometimes they're needed, you know, but yeah, to have cheat codes in games would be like spoilers. So knowing what happens is like a cheat code of a movie or a show, either one. Um,
Well, Game of Thrones has pretty much been like a long ass movie, and I've enjoyed the ride.
yeah, no, it really has, and it lost some people in the beginning, because of those first couple of seasons, with not being able to get yourself really attached to anyone. You know what I'm talking about, right?
All the same, I mean, you kind of expect it in that show.
Yeah, but I mean, like to like an extreme extent, though. Like you legit, no matter how much you try to attach yourself to someone, it just wasn't happening.
Even though it's a fantasy land, I really like that the people are mortal. That even if they're up on top and they're like that great person or whatever, they're a big influential character like "fuck you, you're dead."
Right.
It just adds a bit of realism to a fantasy story.
And yeah, that's exactly it. Like this one guy at work said he's not into fantasy, and I'm like, well, it is fantasy, but it's not really. It's not like we're walking into Harry Potter land here. I mean, yeah, there's some crazy shit that goes on, but it's not like when Guardian Leviosa up in this bitch. Like waving a magic wand and things float around. Yeah, it's not anything like that. So, I don't know. I think he had kind of a different thought of it, like than what it really is. So what I was thinking though is who still is your favorite? Who is your favorite? Oh, all I'm gonna say is for that one guy though, I still like it. Kind of hit me in my heart though when he found out what he found out, and it's like I feel like the other person was kind of like, oh well, damn, that sucks. Didn't mean to do that. Sorry, fuck, you know, you know,
Right.
but didn't really care. It's like, well, shit. Well, life goes on. You have a good day. You see, you know what I'm talking about?
Right.
Yeah. So, I was a little saddened by that, man. That actually like hit a little bit in the heart. That hurt. I was like, oh, that really sucks. And you really got to feel bad for that person, anyways. It's just they're just so awesome. of a person to know that was what what transpired. So yeah. So it's kind of fun. It's almost like a game in itself to make shit so vague, but yet know what the other person's talking about, right?
Yeah, that's true.
It's kind of like enjoyable, and it's funny like when the other person connects, like, oh yeah, I know exactly, yeah, you mean down there with that, yes, oh yeah, that's right. It's like, but the whole time, anyone listening to that outside conversation would be like, I'm trying to follow this shit. I have no, what happened? you know, that's what that's like, man. Um, so, yeah, I'm happy it started back up. It's playing out just awesome. That's just effing awesome, man. To
You
have
know,
it
everything
back.
I've enjoyed with Game of Thrones is we've actually watched the younger actors grow up.
Yeah,
And even though they've physically grown up in the time that's spanned, they've grown so far in the actual show, and that's been really neat to watch.
yeah, yeah. I still want to say I think one of my favorite people he ended up being was what is his name, Brown or whatever.
Bran,
Is it Bran?
the wheelchair.
No. What's his name?
What are you
Wildling.
talking about? What are you talking about? Oh, the Wilding guy. Yeah, the redhead beard guy.
Yeah, I never remember his name. It's probably a weird ass name. That's probably what it is. You, you know, I forget what the hell his name is. But anyway, he's one of my favorite people of that show. I don't know why. I just like I think he's awesome. Um, a lot of people like Jon Snow, and I don't know. He's got like this like it's weird. He's got like this really like courageous element to him, but a very like pussy element to him too. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, he definitely does.
Yeah, right? It's like crazy. It's like I'm incredibly courageous on one end, but not so courageous on the it's like the guy who will sit there and jump out of a damn helicopter with a mountain bike, you know, and like go do a Red Bull course. But at the same time, he won't go on a way easier course in the mud. Kind of weird like that. Like, wait, you just did that, like, but you're afraid of mud. The hell's wrong? Like, not like he's afraid to get dirty. He's afraid he's gonna slip in the mud. But he'll do he'll do a Red Bull competition. Like that kind of shit. It's weird with him. Um, as far as I, I I don't know how I feel when it comes to the girls. Arya, I like. Um, it was funny when what's his face talked to her and kind of like this, like that's a badass bitch, kind of thing. You're a badass bitch. I don't know what he exactly said, but it's like, yeah, don't fuck with her, man. She's like got a cold heart kind of thing. Hello, how are you doing? How are you doing? We are here chatting about some Game of Thrones without any spoilers. It's a fun little game we play to try to say he, who, and she without saying anything else in between, really. So, yeah, wasn't really too much, though, that I can even reference back to in this episode. I feel like it was just to kind of get you started again. Now, I thought they were supposed to be long episodes this season, though, weren't they?
I have no idea.
I thought they were supposed to be longer episodes, man. Like, I thought they were supposed to be like an hour and a half each.
I'm not gonna complain though. We got it back. We're going on the forward progress. I mean, I hate to watch it end, but it needs to end. But I hate to watch it end still.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of hoping we get something like it again, like some sort of an epic. And it's kind of where we think about it. It's like every decade's kind of had its own epic from HBO.
Yeah. Yeah, A&E's has some good stuff too. Been running some good stuff. Who did we have? So you had A&E had Breaking Bad. Who had Dexter? So Showtime had some good stuff too. A lot of people liked what was that? Shameless. A lot of people liked.
Shameless is really good.
Yeah. Weeds was great at the beginning, started sucking halfway through. Uh, Sorry, I'm biting my nails. That's how I am. Especially when one's driving me nuts and hanging on to shit.
Use clippers.
I can't find them anywhere. I had them up here and I can't fucking find them. I don't know what I did with them. But anyways, so uh, trying to think what else. So Dexter. Dexter was a show I loved from Showtime too. Dexter was a great show from Showtime until the end. You know, till the end. The end got so stupid.
I still think though Sopranos is probably one of the best shows ever put on, ever, flat out.
You know what? I should go back and rewatch the whole thing. I was too young and never paid attention to it. Never. I don't think I've ever sat through more than 2 episodes. And you think it's that good?
I know it's that good. There's a reason why you can't buy the seasons of it for less than like $100 some odd a piece. Still, even though it's released late '90s going into 2000.
Ah, well, you know, there's always a way to take care of that.
Well, the HBO now, if you got that, I imagine you do watching the Game of Thrones. It's all on there. You can watch the whole thing.
I should do that. I shall do that. Oh, so something I forgot to tell you about the car. Well, I told you about the car. So I'm going there definitely tomorrow. Gonna make him give me the wheels. But I looked into my wheels today, right? So it's actually the ones I'm gonna get are these. It's called these Westlake SA07s, and they actually have a lot of really good reviews. Um, where they lack a little bit in is ride noise. They have a very comfortable ride, and they're high performance and pretty good on cornering, but they're just a little loud. Do I think I'll even notice? Probably not. I usually have the radio on. But that was the only, that's one of the trade-offs you do when you buy like cheaper tires. But, it's wild how much of a jump up it takes. Now, here's the crazy thing. If I wanted to get the tire that's on my car, just get those, I actually can't pay the, like, what I have to pay is more than a customer has to pay. Isn't that crazy?
And why is that?
Because, okay, I get to see when I change price, I get to see how much a percentage is. I get to see what the cost of the tire is. Now, is that the real cost, the raw cost? I'm sure they'll never show us that, okay? But it is what they show us as cost. So, when there's cost, when it goes down to cost, if it's 6%, I can only buy things at 10% of cost. When I clicked on it, the customer is getting that at 6% of cost already. So I can't buy it at 6%. I'd actually have to raise it up to 10% because that's the rule. So I'm better off actually buying them probably from somewhere else if I wanted those. Buying them from somewhere else and having them put on at my place. See what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, it was kind of weird. Didn't expect that. But yeah, I was looking into them, man. It's gonna cost me $60 a tire if I want them, and they're not bad though. They're actually not bad. The only thing they got bad ratings on was ice, and I could care less. I'm gonna get winter tires, you know.
Why don't you get winter tires for when you need winter tires? Keep them stored up, and then buy your summer or all terrain.
Um. Well, yeah. I mean, well, you can't buy winter tires until it gets closer to winter, unfortunately. You can, but you're gonna be really limited on stock. Because the whatchamacallit, the companies only do like a big run of them like once a year. Because there's no need to have like shitloads of them, and they make changes from year to year depending on the model. But yeah, so um, I'm gonna go in there tomorrow and get my new, tire. I'm sure they're not gonna give me tires, but whatever. As long as it gets taken care of, I don't have to worry about driving in there. I'm gonna be playing that game you were watching me play the other day. That's a very mobile game, like the game I was playing the other night.
The pot game.
Yeah, very mobile game like, but in a way I kind of like it because any other pot game I've ever played, you almost like don't know what you're doing. Like, what am I standing here waiting for? Like how they made it was kind of interactive, and I don't know. I liked it. I liked the way it worked. I just looked at winter tires for me, and I'm really excited that they have Starfires, which is Starfire is a Cooper brand, and I'm happy they actually have them on our website, which is good. But but yeah, man, those things are badass. So I'm glad to know they have them for us, because I could probably get those things for like $70 a piece. Those things are freaking badass. So I'm happy that my size for being an 18-inch, I was getting really worried about it. Getting really worried about it. What was the last thing we were? Oh yes. So let's finish off on the last thing we were going to talk about here. Um, the last thing we were going to talk about is something that should have been in Twitch for ages. Okay, I've been thinking about how to do this in whatever for so long, but I don't know why they didn't have this for until now. It's coming. You said in June.
For which one? Oh yeah, the Twitch. Yes, that's what I saw on Twitter was June.
Yeah, which is kind of annoying. I don't know why it's going to still take them that long. But finally, there's going to be view count low to high. Just like a price low to high selector, you could do the same thing. High to low, low to high. And recommended for you, they've got some of that. I have a feeling that growing on Twitch is about to get way easier. In a sense.
See, I imagine so. And I've always been one that'll take and scroll way down, because I want to see somebody that's lower count or starting out or whatever else, because they're more personable. They actually seem to give more of a shit, and you develop more of a community with them.
Yeah.
As opposed to the people that are way up on top. They don't give a fuck about you. They have little pop-ups. Oh, this person subscribed for 18 months, and they don't even fucking acknowledge it. They don't give a fuck. So why even bother watching that?
Oh yeah, no, and that's why although there's some people I watch, like there's this guy Cringer that I watch, right? I enjoy watching the living hell out of his stream, and he's got like this uppity, great attitude. I enjoy, but for having 400 and some odd people in his room, chat going by pretty good, man, he's pretty personable. I like him. With that, it's great. When people can still have that many and still have a personal side to them. It's hard to come by.
Right.
But yeah, no, that's something that's needed for the longest time. And why it took them so long, I have no idea. But I have a feeling that growing on Twitch is about to get way easier. And I'm not, yes, you're going to still need to have a personality to attract them. But I think when I say grow, I'm saying discoverability. I think on Twitch is about to get way easier. Okay? Like, way, way easier. Because not even, believe it or not, in the low to high thing. In the recommended for you. Great example is most YouTube videos like that I have that are good, that like view count wise. Do you know why their view counts are so decent? It wasn't because they looked up my product, most likely. Yeah, I'm sure some of them came from that. But I would imagine that a good portion of my views come from recommended to you section,
They could.
I'm pretty sure that's where they come from, man. So I think that is the big thing. Recommended for you. That is where I think you are going to see the growth. You're going to see all these people that it's going to recommend for you. And I think that's a tab that people are going to hit. Why is this person recommended for me? I've been seeing that recently, on some other thing. It was like, live channels recommended for you. That's exactly what I saw. I think that's gonna start pumping up more people. It's just my personal opinion. Yeah, okay. Being able to select low and high will do something, but remember, they in a sense could do that anyways. They could just scroll to the bottom. But then again, I don't play things that even would do, matter like that. But for people who do, I think it'll actually allow people to say, you know what, I do want to stream, you know, Fortnite, or I do want to stream, Grand Theft Auto 5, things that have thousands of rooms, or not thousands of rooms, but thousands of viewers, and like it would seem like hundreds of rooms. Those people, right? Or those games. Yeah. Those I think that is where you'll see the growth too, is you're going to see people that can actually play League of Legends and actually be noticed,
Yeah, it'll be nice.
Yeah. I kind of missed my time to jump on. I had a whole thing going on when I kind of missed my time. I had to move, and that screwed everything on up. What's funny is my video for my $40 DIY, like the cheapest DIY stand or whatever. That shit, that has like 44 dislikes and like 41 likes. It's hated so much because I put like really no effort in it. But it's like, I still showed you what to do. You make it how you want. I just showed you that you can get a $40 sawhorse, or between some wood and a sawhorse, you can go to Home Depot and get a wheel stand, make a wheel stand. And and the funny thing is, I still use that shit to this day. I was thinking about making a video on, look bitches, it's still standing.
Okay.
Gotta give it credit, man. Oh, there we go. Gotta give it credit, man. This thing is sitting here. It cost me like some bullcrap small amount at Home Depot. I drilled and screwed and whatever into this thing a million times, and I've stood on top of it at almost 300 pounds. No problems at all still to this day. So I think it's I gotta give it its credit for that. It's so little. Even the cheapest freaking wheel stand cost you like a good chunk. So for this to still be so cheap as it is, it works. But anyways, I think we've really talked enough really about everything. There's not much we can go off on the Twitch viewer thing. I just wanted to bring that up. It's a big topic, so I left it for the end. It's a big importance. The companies needed to do that for a long time, and it'll just benefit channels. But that's really it. That's all I have for you here. Do you have anything you want to talk about anymore, too?
No, it's beyond my bedtime.
I think it is. So, with that being said, thanks all for stopping around. You stick around for the outro. We'll see you later.